Hey everyone, it's me, Lauren. I'm here to do a video tutorial this session. For those who missed out on my Christmas card making class, this is very similar variations to what we are making. We're going to start with the first one here. That way you can kind of see both. So the first one, everyone has gotten a little bit of a different kind of piece of papers. Some of you got green, some of you got red, but here is examples of what the finished looks like. So we're going to get started. It's actually pretty easy to do, and these are really, really cool. So we're going to get started is pull out your papers. So what you should have is a card base that's green or red. That's folded in half. You should also have some sort of shape of the same card base color that will match to be a little bigger than this tag. Of course, I think my measurements no, here we go. So ideally you should have a piece that'll be a little bigger than this. And then of course you'll have this piece. Everyone received a random version of a really cute Christmas advertiserial tag. Then there will be, for pieces, some sort of background picture here. Sorry, I just got distracted looking at the screen here. So there'll be a piece of this. Some of you would have received the wood grain or the wood grain with snowflakes, depending on what I had available at the time of making these. There will also be a white panel, same size as that piece of decorative paper. And then we have some die cut pieces. So what you should have is 3 deers. And what you should also have is a whole bunch of poinsettia pieces. So let me show you. We've got this. This is everyone again will have the deers and the poinsettias for these. There will be some sort of gray or off white. So there'll be a solid piece of this piece. Then there'll be another piece where it's got these neat holes in it of similar size. And then there will be a solid of this one. Then there'll be another one with the holes. And the last one here, and if this gets missing, that is totally okay, because this is such a really tiny piece, the stamen, I believe it's called, of the poinsettia. And that is our pieces that we have for this project. So to get started, what you would need is some sort of adhesives. Any glue that you are comfortable with would be great. My recommendation for this would be some sort of tape runner. I have 2 here to show. And then for doing the poinsettia, I do recommend glue dots. All right, so these 2 are very similar. This is the Stampin' Up! Version of the double-sided tape runner. And then this I have is another one of my own, which I do prefer to use at times. All right, but whichever adhesives that you have. Okay, so we're going to get started. So this white piece will go into the inside of your card base, like so. That way, when someone opens the card, you have a section where you can write your message to whoever it is you're giving it to. All right, so then on this, going to put some adhesives in the corner and in the middle. And then just stick it on, more or less centered on that panel. There we go. Step 1 done. And then when you close it up, so make sure that the section we're going to build on top is not the back end. All right, so that'll be on here. So then we're going to glue that same type of way. Alrighty. Okay, so that part is done. Now, this part of the project will be working on this, so we can already glue these together so that the tag on top of the other piece of paper. All right. And then something I want to show here is you have a choice to go horizontal or vertical, depending on your tag here. So that being said, you could have it centered in the middle, or you can put it closer to the top. I think for this version, I'm going to go this way, making sure that is on the bottom, like open. That way, I'm going to build the deers and the poinsettia on the bottom. So it's entirely up to you if you want to go this way or that way. Totally your choice. But now you can kind of see the differences here in the variations that we have. Just as a suggestion. What I would recommend is next to position your deers. So in this case, I'm going to swap it up a bit. I'm going to put my deers in this corner. Now, I gave you all the family of the 3 deers. You're more than welcome to use all of them, 2 of them, 1 of them. Something you can do, let me see which card it is here, is if you put 2 deers on the front, you can always put 1 or 2 of them on the inside as an option. So in this case, because it does cover, this tag does cover a lot, let me see how it looks with the deers on. I'm thinking of putting just I'm gonna change it up today. I'm gonna put the 2, and I'm gonna put this on top, and I'm gonna build my poinsettia over here. That's kind of my plan. So at this point, I would say glue the deers now, and then glue this on top. Then I'm going to glue this. I'm going to try to go relatively centered, but towards the top. And there we go. So that is done. Okay. So then I'm going to put this deer off to the side. We'll come back to mine in a short. So now with the poinsettia, suggested is to keep these in order. So you got the solid holes, and then a stamen. So to build it, you put these in that order. We're going to start with the solid. I'm going to put adhesive in all 4 leaves here. And then I'm going to put this aside for a short. So then to put this just wherever in the corner that works for you. You can have it hang off to the side a little, which I've done in other variations here, or kind of hangs off the side. It's entirely up to you. I would advise if it's standing up, you might try not to put it so much on the bottom, but definitely you can have a little bit more 3D on the sides, like that. And then for this next step, let me grab some glue dots here. So glue dots are these. They're like little tiny double-sided adhesive little circles here. These white caps do come off. These I find are useful for this section of the project. If not, just use whatever glue you have to try to build this as best you can. I grabbed myself a kind of like a needle stick kind of thing, which really helps with picking up these glue dots off the packaging. I'm going to put one in the center, like so. And I'm going to peel it off that white cap, so that way there is an adhesive sitting there, a little tiny guy. And as I build each layer, put it offset from the original. That way they're not totally on top exactly. You see what I mean? Like that, which is really cool. Then just keep building from there, all these layers. And yes, these little white caps do get everywhere. And there's that layer. So it's come on quite nicely. this piece. And then lastly, we got that little stamen piece way over here. If by chance it is lost, you can always put like a sequin or a jewel on the center just to kind of make it pretty. That is definitely possible. And then here we go. There is the first card base. Now, as for my deer friend here, I'm going to put my deer on the inside. I'm going to put him over here. There we go. And there is our first project out of 2. So there we go. So now you can kind of see all the variations again. There we go. If you have any questions about this project, do feel free to contact me. I will do the best I can to answer. So next will be the second project here, which is these deers. Which, yes, it's the same die cuts again, but I want to swap it for the different color. So all of you would have had either a green or red card base, depending on what it was. Let me pull out the pieces. And all of you would have had either the sparkly houses paper or the Christmas truck. It'll be one or the other that you would have had. I'm going to pull out the pieces here. And I'll explain all the pieces you should have for this project. So starting with this odd shaped card base that has a score mark right on it. There's that piece. You should have a white panel like this. This will be the same size as the white panel in the other projects, so no need to make, in case there's any confusion. There also will be this piece, this piece. There will be one strip here. There will be a family of deers again, all 3. Once I find my little third guy here. And then there'll be these strips of paper. So there should be 3 of one particular size. And I would advise, as you're building a project, make sure you get them right side up. Actually, this one, to be honest, I did not actually get it right. However, that's okay. But yeah, just let you know, make sure you get the right side up. And then there'll be 2 pieces here that are a little longer, strips of the truck. So that's our pieces here. I'm just going to start. We got to start with the card base. Just going to move a few pieces around. So that fold, doesn't matter which side, entirely up to you. Because I made the score mark ahead of time for you. Just give it a fold. And if you don't have like a bone folder to fold it like this, what you can do is take a pencil to complete that fold. And it works pretty good, the pencil. So there we go. And open it up. And then, so this white panel is going to go on the inside like so. Actually, I should do this way. That way you can see where we're going with it. Okay, so that white panel goes on the inside. All right. And then we're going to take the 2 longer strips in this green. So that way, one of these will go here. The second one is going to go up here, centered. Okay. So we'll do this one first, because I know my fold is a little rough, but that's okay. So I'm going to take adhesive. And make sure this time. Try to make sure the directional is good. So in this case, I'm okay. I've got my truck that's going not upside down. And then I'm going to do the same on these two pieces here. There we go. So then these two we're going to put off to the side for a moment. We will come back to those. We're going to work on this other panel. So this white will go inside like that. So let's put some glue on that. Adhesives, glue, they're both kind of the same terminology for me at times. All right. And then what we have here is these three pieces are going to go right on top, like so. So I would suggest put the top and the bottom first, and then that way you can see where to put the middle one. So this is what it would look like. So then let's glue these down. Okay, I got the first one. That's why it helps you defer the top one and then the bottom, and then the middle. There we go. And then next is something I'm going to have to explain. So let's look at one of these that's completed. So how this works is the way this opens. So what we have to do is build it so we can line up the pieces correctly. So I just want to show you how this opens. Okay, so let's take a look on this section. So what we're doing is this center piece will be glued from the inside. Kind of like that. And then this will go on top is how we're going to build the section. So what helps is before you start gluing, it helps to already figure out where you're positioning that middle piece so that way it looks pretty even, and making sure you know where the positioning is. So there we go, more or less. And then we can start gluing. But that way, in case you have to make any adjustments for where it's lined up. I think I got it. So it helps by already knowing where that piece is going. So I'm just going to put a strip of adhesive glue right on that edge. And I accidentally went way over here. So I'm just going to fix here. Bear with me one moment. Kind of put a little too much adhesive, and I'm just going to fold it. And there we go. There's my top portion glued in. And then I'm just going to see. I'm going to do the same with the bottom. Just put a strip of adhesive right on the bottom. And then cover it up by lining up where that piece goes, and voila. There, we've got majority of the card base completed here. And again, just to kind of show the inside, how it looks, how it lines up. So then next we can put our deers on. You can put them any which way you like. And we are nearly complete. Yeah, just trying to decide where to put them. So I'm going to put the little baby here. Put the baby down in the corner. It's a cute little one. And I'm going to do this one. You can always put one of the deers in the inside, however which way you want to do it. And that's it. We are completed. So there is our finished project. And yeah, again, if any questions, let me know. Feel free to contact me and I can help you out. But that is our second project. So then here is the other ones I have completed here. All right, so that's it. That is the end of the tutorial for this class. I definitely hope you've enjoyed these concepts. And yeah, so I'm looking at doing more classes, obviously, in 2020. I was going to say 2021. No, it's 2022. Definitely look. I'm planning some new ideas and stuff that I'm up to. Yeah, feel free to contact me. I'm looking at one in the early new year. I'm still have yet to make my plans and figure out what it is I'm doing. But yeah, feel free to contact me with any questions whatsoever, especially about these products I've been using. Not all are Stampin' Up. Some are various from what I have in my collection. In case you're curious about the cutouts here, I have my dies, just so you can kind of see what I was using to make the cutouts, which are really, really cool. And yeah, just as a reminder, if someone is looking for a kit that has everything you need, Paper Pumpkin by Stampin' Up! Is a really great idea. I am a subscriber every month. Super excited. The next kit, the deadline is January 10th. And it is a Valentine hearts, some sort of hugs and kisses. I have the flyer here somewhere, but I can't remember where it is. It's a very Valentine-esque kind of theme with hugs and hearts and such, which is really, really cute. The cost in Canada is $3 plus tax, so I think it's $33.60, which includes shipping. It is a really good deal. Because otherwise, majority of the products on StampineUp.ca require shipping fee on everything. Yeah, I think it's a really great subscription for anyone who wants to get into card making or even just crafting in general, where the kits do come with everything you need. It's got the stamps, the ink, which are reusable. It has all the die cuts made for you ahead of time. All the papers are cut. It has everything in it. And what's great is, and the instructions as well. What's wonderful is it's really up to the person how they want to use the kit and what they want to do with it and how they want to customize. So I think it's a really great program that Stampin' Up! Has. Alrighty. So thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you definitely enjoyed this because this was a lot of fun. I ran this class twice, and I think it's time to put this away for this year. As I think we all need to kind of finalize our Christmas plans. And yeah, I definitely hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.